Hello, my friends. Welcome to another amazing episode of the Party Nerds Podcast, coming to you live from a triple secret location high in the Hollywood Hills area of Los Angeles, California. I'm Richard Gabai, joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Robert Carradine. And today we have an amazing special guest. Amazing, because he's not only an international star of television, film, and everything else, but he happens to be one of my great pals, the legendary Deep Roy.
Woo! Thank you! Oh my God! What a warm welcome, like a weather.
It is warm out.
Yes.
You know, Deep, we've known each other a while. We worked together a little bit. And I'm not joking. I don't know your story. You know, you have a career that goes, what, 6 decades? You started in the 70s or in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020s. Wait, yeah, six decades?
Yeah.
How did you get into this business?
My dad wanted me to go to accountancy, to study accountancy. So he sent me to London to study accountancy. So I kept failing in taxation. I passed taxation. I failed in company law. I did that for 2 years. I was 18 years old. And I thought to myself, oh, this is boring. So I quit that. I joined the drama school. I quit the drama school after 3 months. And my dad said to me, now what? I said, I want to be a comedian. He said, it's a joke. So that's how I started in stand-up comedy. I met my manager agents, and the first job they gave that I got was Pink Panther again with Peter Sellers, 1975. By the way, I did four years of stand-up.
4 years of stand-up. So your father said that's a joke,
Yeah.
and you took him seriously, and you told jokes for 4 years.
For 4 years, and then I said to myself, are people laughing with me or are they laughing at me? Which is two different things.
Right.
You know, mind plays great games with you, so it stuck in my mind. I gave that up, and I was lucky enough that I met these agents, that I got the first job they gave me was Pink Panther with Peter Sellers, 1975.
Wow.
And before that, I did TV, New Avengers, 1 episode. Mm-hmm. That was the same year. And in 76, I did Doctor Who.
Don't just go so fast by Doctor Who.
Who?
Who? Tell us about that series. Tell us about.
What? You know, when they hired me and Tom Baker, in my opinion, was the best doctor. So I played a ventriloquist doll that comes into life and start killing people, called Mr. Sim. And the rest is history. It was funny. I did the whole series, 7 episodes.
That's huge. And so you feel like, okay, now I've made it. Hey, Dad, watch me on television.
Yes, but unfortunately he didn't, because he passed away
Oh, man.
in 1975, and which is sad, but he always used to say to me, when I'm going to see you on TV, when I'm going to see you on TV, when I'm going to see you in the movies. After he passed away, things started working, you know, I did the television and all that, thanks to that. I know he didn't.
Yeah, he probably intervened on your behalf. And I know you're very close with your family.
We are a very close family. We still are.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Blood is thicker than water. And we are family as well.
Yeah, 100%. We begin.
And,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and yes, I know I just met you, but we are family.
That's right. We're all brothers.
Because you know this is Hollywood.
Well, I call it Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that right.
Then you also, you did stunts, you did stuff, but unbelievable. I mean, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. That had to be an amazing experience.
It was. We're talking about 1978. when they asked me to do the walking Yoda, they told me I was too tall. That made my day. And they
That's a
said,
good one.
can you walk on the knees? I said, you do all the time. So I had to wear the knee pads. They practiced, I did. They gave me the robe and all that. And hell, I couldn't see from here to there.
Right. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's like blind leading blind. So I did that, and that was Empire Strikes Back. And then I played Rupee McCall in the same movie, in the band and all that, And then the next Star Wars happened, the third one, where I played the Ewok and did stunts on Ewok. They killed me about 7 times. I played different 7 Ewoks.
Whoa.
And yet I also had a Ewok as a character in it as well. The guy who smokes the pipe. So that's the reason I didn't grow up. Too much smoking.
Too much smoking.
Yep, that'd do it.
That'll do it.
Yep.
Yes.
And you're probably drinking coffee too, right?
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the coffee, yeah. Of course I drink coffee.
But
But I'm a tea guy.
you're a tea guy
Yeah, I'm a tea
from your culture.
So,
Yeah. And you're one of the tallest, highest stature people I know.
it's not about the height because I can still touch the sky. It's about who you are, how you feel, and coming back to my childhood, such a horrific experiences because bullying. People bully you, kids bully. Kids are
Right.
kids.
Right.
That made me mentally strong, not physically, mentally.
Yeah.
And this mind of a body, and it didn't stop me, what I wanted to do, and it's still not stopping me what I want to do. I still want to do, by the way, I want to produce movies, which I have done. I produced one movie. You didn't know that I did that.
Well, you didn't call me.
Yeah, you could have called me too.
What we gonna, I wanted to, but we'll talk. I don't want to talk on the camera, but we'll talk.
All right, cool, man. Very cool. But you still, you're in so many iconic movies, like Neverending Story and the Star Trek thing. But I guess the biggest and most important thing, and I want to maybe get you to quote some of your Eastbound and Down lines, but the most important and iconic relationship you have is with Tim Burton. 4 Tim Burton movies.
Yes, I met Tim in 2001. I was introduced to him by Richard Baker, Rick Baker.
Rick Baker.
Because Tim said he didn't want to work with the kids and animals. So I met him and he said, can you walk like an ape? I said, do it all the time. So I showed him in the makeup and this is all it started, and
Were you on that for the run of the show? How did
yes, all that happened, he come to me, he said, you'll be playing Theodore's niece. And next time he comes to me, he said, I think you're going to be playing another ape, you're going to be a soccer kid. He said, can you play soccer? Which is football in soccer. I said, yeah. So did those 2. And then he calls me, I did Big Fish, which was in Montgomery in Alabama. So I went in there, and he said to me, I've changed my mind. Tim said to me, I said, well, so you mean I'm going back home? He said, no, I've extended your part.
Wow.
He said, I've extended your part. You're not a clown, which is soggy bottoms, but you're a lawyer. You're Danny DeVito's lawyer. Wherever he goes, you go with him. So that's Tim.
Amazing.
That is a great
Well,
image.
and Danny, you and Danny did.
Yeah, it's a great image.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that happened, Big Fish. And then he calls me, and everybody was calling me. to do Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
And Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is and was one of our family's favorite movies. I don't know if I remember if I told you the story of Raphael, who's now 6 feet tall, but when he was a tiny little boy, when we partied that night. You remember that night?
Yes.
Yeah, so because he was still understanding what movie making is.
I know.
You remember? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And I was like,
same place.
He was
yeah.
like, and I don't know if you even know this story, Bobby.
This sounds like a good one.
Yeah, but so, Deep and I, we were working with our friend who's here, Johnny Constantine, on a yet unfinished 3D movie, educational film, Time, the Fourth Dimension with Christopher Lloyd. That's
what we
working
did,
together.
yes.
Yeah. And we'll bring up some great stills from that. But anyway, we were working on that. We instantly became like brothers. Like with me and you, Bobby, it was instantly a connection.
Yeah, it just
With
works.
Deep, like we're brothers. Done. So we're having a dinner party, and on the next one, you can see the DVD. This DVD, it's like you can see the box is in lousy shape. The edges are torn because we've played the hell out of it. And it was Raphael, especially his favorite film. So I was explaining to him, and even though he had visited us on the set of Time, the Fourth Dimension, we have a beautiful family picture of all of us with Chris and the kids when they were small, and Raphael's tiny little, I think 3 years old or something. And as you're coming over, and I explained, I said, Raphael, my friend Deep is coming over. He plays all the Oompa Loompas, but he's an actor. So when you meet him, you say, "Hello, Mr. Roy. Nice to see you." Shake his hand. He's like, "Okay, yeah, okay, yeah."
Yeah.
And you came over, and he shook your hand, said, "Hello, Mr. Roy." No, we had a great evening, and every now and then, we shake it up. We have some dinner, we have several drinks. I mean, it's kind of what we do. We have a good time. And so we had really partied hard that night, and so Deep, as family that he is, there was no way I was letting him drive home. And I even think there wasn't even Uber yet. I mean, this was a long time ago. There might have been, but we were like, you're staying in the guest room. So he stays in the guest room.
I did.
Yeah, and I wake up in the morning, and also who wakes up first is like the little kid. Right. Little boy Raphael wakes up, and I'm in the right around here, because we're in my triple secret location in my house right now, right here in the living room. There's Raphael. When I get up, he's standing there. I said, Rafi, Raphael. We partied last night, we drank too much, you don't drink and drive. So Mr. Roy slept over, he's in the guest room. He screamed at the top of his lungs, "You mean the Oompa Loompa slept in our house?"
Yes,
Absolutely.
I didn't hear him, I didn't hear that.
No, you were gone.
I know, we were done.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you.
Yeah. Oh no, we had a great time, and may we do that many, many, many more times. But tell us about the experience of shooting that film, because you played 165 Oompa Loompas.
Yes, actually 168. I don't know where you got 165.
Who's going to care about? We won't get in a fight over 3 Oompa Loompas.
So what happened? Everybody was calling me, Colin Atwood, Chris Levinson. Well, I'm throwing the names, all these people that work with Tim. And they kept calling me. They said, "You're going to do this movie, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory." I said, "Yeah, but Tim hasn't called me." And Tim calls me, he said he's scared in case you say no to him. I said, I ain't going to say no to Tim. So he calls me, and he's just finished Big Fish. He said, "I want to sit and talk to you." So we met at Roy's in Santa Monica, the hotel, Viceroy. Mm-hmm. And he was staying in the hotel opposite. So I was running 2 minutes late. He came, I saw him walking up and down. And I said, "I'm sorry, I'm a bit late." 2 minutes late I was. So he said, "Where would you like to sit?" So I take him where the pool is. He said, "No, looks like too much like a movie set." That's what he said. That's him. So I said, "Well, let's sit at the bar." He said, "No, I don't like sitting at the bar." I said, "Let's take this booth." It was Tuesday. There was hardly anybody there, I mean, there were some people there, so we sat. And the waitress came and all that. And they kept coming, and they knew it was Tim Burton.
Right.
And he started showing me the photograph of his son that he hadn't seen for 3 months. He was born. So I said, how come you didn't? He said, I'm too busy. I'm going to go home tomorrow. This is the first time I'm going to see him. So I said, have you named him? He said, no. I said, why don't you call him Richard Burton Jr.? He said, no, everybody will call him Dick. I don't want son to be called Dick. I said, why don't you call him Tim Burton Jr.? He said, I don't like my name. He said, but the middle name has to be Ray. I said to him, why? And he said, because my dad's middle name is Ray, and Helena Bottom Carter's dad's name is Ray. So I said, okay, I got it. I said, James Ray Burton. He said, I like it. I said, you can call him JR. He said, no, JR, I don't like him.
No, JR.
No, JR. He said, Larry Hagman is my good friend. And I said, okay. And I said, I got it. I said, William Ray Burton. He said, I like that. He writes everything. So they named his son Billy Ray Burton. So after that, he started talking and he showed me the pictures that he's drawn. He said, you'll be playing 4 Oompa Loompas. But I haven't decided who's going to be doing, like, I haven't spoken to Johnny Depp yet, but I want to talk to you first. I said, yeah, I'm on. You know, and then he said, I've spoken to Johnny, and he said to me, but don't turn anything down. We're talking about 2003 now, April 2003, so don't turn anything down in case you get work.
Right.
So in August of 2003, he said, I've signed Johnny. And then he said to me, you'll be playing 7 Oompa Loompas. I said, what happened to 4? He said, no, 7. But other 6 people will be dancing with you. And they will be wearing all your masks. My mask will put, you know. I said, fine. So they started auditioning in London. By the way, the movie was shot in London.
Right.
He asked me, what passport have you got? So I said, I've got British and American. He said, good, we don't have to get you the visa. So we shot everything in London at Pinewood Studios. And they started auditioning. And there were other little people that came, and they said, it ain't going to work. They're out of proportion and all that, and plus she's got boobs. I said, yeah, Tim, that's a girl.
That's how it works.
So, and he looks at me, he didn't. And he goes, very funny. And then they brought in the kids. All Indian kids out of London, prolific dancers. Put me to shame. And I said to Tim, it's not going to work. He said, why? I said, got to send them to school. You got 4 hours to shoot with them. And if you put my mask onto them, they're not going to hit their marks. And then he says to me, now what? I said, I'll do it myself. And he looks at me and he goes, but I got to give you a camera test. I said, give me camera test for what? He said, I'm going to keep a distance between you and you, equal distance. I said, why? He said, Oompa Loompas are like a regiment. Everything they do is precise, no comedy. He said, pick up a song that's not in the script, go 7 this way, 7 that way. When you're ready, you let me know. So I went to the choreographer. I said, this is what he wants. So, but before that, and he says, if you don't like the choreographer, we'll change it. I said, no, she's fine, you know. So I rehearsed. Within 2 weeks, I was ready. I picked a song Tom Jones song. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
Right. It's not unusual.
Yeah. So I went 7 this way. He said, come and have a look. I said, no, let me finish the other 7. So I did the other 7. He said, are we going to come and have a look at it now? So which I did. And he said to me, what do you think? I said, no. He said, no, what do you think? I said, well, I could have done better. He said, it's great, man. It's great. I love it, love it. So that's how it all started.
Wow, just like that, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. I mean, I can't believe the hoops they were making you jump through.
So, in your contract, was it for 7 Oompa Loompas? So that when it became 165, they had to do like 25 times your contract?
No, but then, very good. If my math is, if my math, I'm sure you're good at math as well.
Really good.
Are you?
No.
What is 2 and 2?
I'll get back to you.
See? A smart guy, because he's so good at the math. So, where was I?
You did the 7 and 7. Everything is good.
Yeah.
And I made a smart aleck remark. Now you're going into production.
We got into the production.
And how's the meeting? Your
No,
first meeting with Johnny? Had you know Johnny yet, or?
Yeah, we met Johnny. Amazing. He was absolutely the first time I met him. He was absolutely charming, good guy. Smoked his roll-ons, and
Yep.
and
Just rolling the joints.
exactly, and plays the guitar, and I was going. Yeah. He said to me, I want to be a rock star. I said, Johnny, you are a rock star. He said, no. He said, no, I mean singing. So coming back to the Oompa Loompas, we rehearsed the first song. And Tim comes to me. He'll always talk to me first. He won't talk in front of anyone. He takes me on the side. He said, the song you rehearsed, Vruka Salt, I've changed the melody. We've been rehearsing for 1 month. He said,
And now he changes the melody.
He said, I've changed the melody. He said, I've changed the song. The Vruka Salt is going to be the Augustus Group song. And I said, okay. And he said to me, I'll tell you the reason. He said, that's the opening song. And to have Augustus Group's opening song is better than Vruka Salt song.
Wow.
And I said, okay. He said, shall we go and talk to the choreographer? I said, yeah. So we went and he started talking to Francesca, was the name of the choreographer. He said, well, I've changed my mind, Francesca. The 1 month rehearsal, forget about that. It's not going to be used. And this is what's going to happen, what I told you. So he leaves. The choreographer goes into her office, slams the door. And I was sitting there. I said, okay, she's thrown a big tantrum. I went to the dressing room. I said, let her cool down. 10 minutes later, I hear the knock. She comes. She said, can I come in? I said, of course you can. Started talking. She said to me, aren't you upset? I said, upset about what? She said, all this 1 month rehearsal. I said to her, no, that's his prerogative. He's the director.
This is the kind of actor you want to work with, Richard. You don't want to work with me where I give you static.
Right. Just now, just the look you're giving me right now is
It's totally static.
Deep you're in. Bobby,
I don't know, man.
Oh, you work together?
Yes.
What did you do?
We did a Western.
Oh, you did the Western?
Yeah, and he wouldn't let me ride a horse.
And he's thanked me for not letting him ride the horse.
This is true. I thanked him for not letting me on a horse.
Where was I? I could have ridden.
I know.
Like a jockey, you know what I mean?
I can't wait to work with you again.
Oh, we will.
We will. So you're doing, you're
I've got big plans for you. and small plans for you.
Okay. I heard that.
so,
So eventually you get into production. You figured it out, and you get into production. And you're, how long were you rocking around with Johnny Depp and Tim Burton on that movie?
for 1 year,
What?
we shot 6 months. Each song took us 1 month to rehearse, 1 month to shoot. We finished everything in 11 months.
Wow.
He came like under budget, almost under budget, so, which was impressive to me, And,
Right.
each song took 1 month to rehearse, 1 month to shoot. 4 songs. Then he'll come to me and he'll say, "Oh, you're going to be playing this dance I've created," and he leaves. And created another dance that he wanted me to do, the bean dance, the cocoa bean dance. So that's him.
Wow.
No.
Did you go to the White House to show the movie? You told me once. You went with Johnny?
Yes. It was under President Obama, 2009. They wanted to, salute Tim Burton because the daughters was a big fan of Tim Burton,
Right.
And he was just doing Alice in Wonderland at that time.
Right.
So he calls me, Tim. He said, "You want to go to the White House?" I said, "To do what?" He said, "What happens at the White House?" I said, "President?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "How about the flights?" He said, "It'll be all done. Don't worry about it." "Are you interested?" He said, "But you got to dress up like an Oompa Loompa." I said, "No problem." They got that Oompa Loompa suit out of Warner Brothers, Colin Atwood did, because they numbered all the suits. They wouldn't give anything anywhere, Warner Brothers.
Wow.
Right.
No. I had a suit made for me, and Tim said to me, "This is a nice suit." Not the the suit where I was playing the psychiatrist to Johnny. Remember
Right.
that?
Yeah.
And they made the suit for me, and he said to me, "This is good, take it." And even Richard Zanuck said, he said, "Take it." I said, "Okay." And I didn't get the suit. So Richard said, "Did you get your suit?" I said, "No." 2 weeks later, he calls. The suit was there in 10 minutes.
Wow, just like that.
That's
That's how it
Richard
works.
Zanuck.
That's
The
how it
power was Richard Zanuck.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it, and I said, "Screw this freaking Oompa Loompa."
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the movie brought you not only made you wildly famous, but you also met the president. That's pretty cool.
We did, shaking his hand and all that, making the family and everybody at the White House. This was like Halloween, where kids have lost their parents in the 2 wars. So they did something for the kids,
Yeah.
the Halloween party.
Right.
And, at least I was a Oompa Loompa at a Halloween party. So that was a good experience. Johnny dressed up like,
Like Charlie?
no, what the movie he was doing.
Pirates?
The movie in
Pirates of the
Alice in
Caribbean?
Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Right.
What he was playing in Alice in Wonderland, I don't know whatever character he played.
But you stay busy, I know. You did some episodes of Eastbound and Down. You're always making personal appearances. You enjoy going out and meeting the fans?
I do Comic-Cons and all that, I just go there, have some fun and put smile on the fans and people. It gives me a joy to see people happy.
Well, you make people happy. You made me happy by coming on our show today. You're a great guy. Bobby, I just made another new best friend for you.
Out of sight.
Ladies and
Bobby,
gentlemen, the great Deep Roy.
Bobby, hey, thank you. That's the end of this. Oh my God, that was a long one.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes a truly amazing episode of the Party Nerds Podcast. Please like and subscribe. I'm Richard Gabai, Robert Carradine, and the legend right here in person, Deep Roy. Thanks so much.
Wow, thank you, guys. May I say something? Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here,
You know,
Deep.
and this is the movie set. I've never seen a movie set like this before. I mean, 4 cameras.